Alright, this is a video picture of my cell phone showing you that it's October 3rd, 2013 at 8:54 a.m. This is a dead tree. As you can see that it's falling. Okay, at this area that I've been at for 11 months. Making video predictions at. Hold on one second, because I don't want you to... I gotta do something here real fast. So just hold on one second. This is a video prediction concerning today's date in reference to where I'm going, the routes I'm going to be taking to get there, what could occur along my routes, and what the end result will be in reference to what will happen down at Social Services, the North Regional Central Office. That's right, in San Diego County. I'm up for a redetermination in reference to my CalFresh, which are food stamps. I only get $19 a month, but as a result of me being a target victim and activist and whistleblower concerning the criminal expeditions of what is known as organized stalking, which can also be termed as gang stalking, and I have discovered completely over time that this is nothing but organized crime in the system. Which means definitely social services workers. Make no mistake about this, and you can Google social services and gang stalking. Just do it. Or organized stalking. And you will see that other targeted individuals are making statements concerning how they're being gang stalked at social services, and more than likely how their social services workers, managers, supervisors are screwing them over. Part of the reason of organized stalking and gang stalking is to make a target completely destitute and then take away all resources that the target will use to keep them independent from the individuals, to keep them independent from the places they attempt to eventually steer a target to for the exploitation that happens to a target. Now, if they make a target homeless and then take away their ability to be able to take care of themselves because they're blacklisted from employment if they're able to work, what they'll do after the homelessness is created is then go after the resources the target uses to stay independent from any place that the perpetrators can control and or influence from behind the scenes, like homeless shelters, group homes, any place, churches, charities, self-help groups, even Salvation Army, Goodwill Industries, any place that a target might run to for assistance that can be influenced by these perpetrators because they have power positions in the community to do these things. All you gotta do is look at it this way, in part. If they have the ability to blacklist the target from employment, which they do you honestly think, okay, that they do not have the power position to influence a church, a charity, okay, or any other place like a homeless shelter? Do you honestly think they don't have the power positions to have these places do anything for them that will assist them in the continued implementation of the maneuvers that brings the targets closer to the physical, financial, and insurance exploitation? It's all about money. Money and control to make money. And control to keep the criminality from being exposed. That's right. Now, they will try to make it appear that these services that are being kept from a target are happening because of normal appearing means, normal appearing mishaps, and excuses, reasons, even including blaming the target. Yes, right. I literally caught them in 2012 trying to get me to sign a paper, okay? And what was stated in that paper were total, complete lies from the very beginning of the words of the paper to the end. And what they typed in the paper was a total, complete opposite in reference to what was just agreed on by me and two other separate individuals in an interview room. They told me after the interview ended to go outside and wait for them to go and type a paper so they could state that it's been what was agreed on in the interview room. She went and typed a paper, okay, and came out, and what she typed was completely 100% opposite in reference to what was agreed on in the interview room, and the paper stated as a result of what she typed that as a result of what was stated in the paper that they had found me ineligible for food stamps. That's right. That's right. And I caught him, and she kept distracting me, trying to distract me from reading the paper. She just kept trying to get me to sign it. I said, I don't sign anything before I read it. That's right. And then once I read it, I said, I'm not signing this because it's not what we agreed on in the interview room. She goes, okay, well, if you're not comfortable with this one, the way it's worded, I'll go back and retype it so you're more comfortable with it. She then went back in the office and retyped it to fit what was discussed in the interview room. She got caught. And it was all caught in audio file. You got to understand something. Human beings, they need a place to sleep and they need food and they need water. Those are the three main necessities. If they can take a target and create homelessness of a target, they do. That can be Googled. Creating homelessness as a target is all over the internet. You'll find that in your very first day of research concerning organized stalking and gang stalking. Then they go after the target's finances, or what can keep a target independent from them because of the basic innate needs a target has. Food, money for transportation like bus fare. Now, I'm predicting right now that when I go down to the North Central, it's called the North Central County Building for San Diego Health and Human Services. North Community Central, or North County Central Community Health and Human Services off of Ruffin Road. We're going to see if any problems happen towards me, concerning me, about me, towards me, or against me once I am there. We're going to see what excuse they use for not letting me be able to either make the request and or an appointment for a physical interview. That's right. Any excuse they use. Computer's down. Caseworker's not in. Caseworker's not available. You got to make an appointment to make an appointment. They will use any excuse and every excuse, and they will make it all appear normal appearing. I'm on a tape recorder right now as I'm talking. We're also going to see what this tape recorder picks up in reference to anybody being around me stating that they cannot get their benefits because they will stage. They're called. You can go to Google and type in a gang stalking tech. Everything you need to know. A manifesto of a manager of gang stalking crews. The person who wrote that manifesto flat out states that they manage a certain part of the syndicate, which is called. The sections of the syndicate are called bureaus. Okay, like the Bureau of Technology, the Bureau of Travel. He said, this person who wrote it says that he's a manager of the bureau that is responsible for the observation of a target, the scripting, and the execution of what's scripted. That means what they do is they script what's going to happen to a target, which basically means they sit back and make tabletop decisions about what they're going to do to a target. They write it out in reference to their desired outcome, and then they write out the steps that has to be taken in order to achieve that eventual outcome. And then they will then look at who needs to be used in order to achieve this outcome. They're called playwrights. That's right, playwrights and pawns. That's right. And then basically what they'll do is then situate people to bring about the desired outcome. They're called street theaters. They can be used for staged events like assaults, witnesses to the event, an incident. They'll use people that might sit around me and say, yeah, I can't get my food stamps done because of a backlog, or because my worker's not available, or because their voicemail is full and I still can't get a hold of them, because they got to make it appear that what's happening to me is also happening to other people. Now, why would you say that they would be doing this? Because the manager of these expeditions knows I'm wearing a tape recorder. That's right. Now you can go to Google and type in cyber surveillance and gang stalking. Now, and you'll discover that that's one of their methods. You can also look at the manifesto. Flat out states that all the communications of a target are monitored in real time at all times. That's right. Now, if I'm uploading videos of audio files from the tape recorder that I use every day, that's running at all times. That's right here. If I catch evidence on this tape recorder and then take the tape recorder out and then set this video camera anywhere in order to be able to transfer what's on the audio files of the tape recorder, the video camera is showing a video picture of the tape recorder because the evidence being transferred from the audio, from the tape recorder. They see it as a result of the cyber surveillance of me when I'm uploading the video files to YouTube. So the managers, when he develops these skits around me, they have to make it appear that it's possibly happening to other people. So it's not. So what's happening to me is not unique. That's right. That it doesn't have purpose. That's right. They also have to make it appear that what's happening to me is because of normal appearing reasons or normal appearing excuses or mishaps. Because these people know they're involved in criminality. So they have to be able to do what they want to do, make it appear that what they're doing is normal, okay, and be able to walk away with the effects while the target's suffering the effects. That's right. Then they'll also call the target crazy. Leslie thinks everybody's conspiring against her to keep her off food stamps. Well, when they tried to get me to sign that piece of paper a year ago, that was caught on audio file. The interview was caught on audio file. That's right. That's right. And certain individuals were posting on YouTube videos that I was not going to be receiving food stamps before I even went down for this interview, which was actually supposed to be a hearing. But I'm not going to get into all the details concerning what happened with that. But it was proven, and I walked away with food stamps as a result. Now they're going to try to keep me away from them. They're trying to get me to use my cell phone for a cell phone interview, and they're stating in my redetermination papers that I got to call in order to be able to set up that phone interview. I've called them over already 6 times, and I'm getting that due to a high volume of calls, the line is too busy, and then a busy signal. And then, so if the 7th comes and the phone interview doesn't happen, then they'll say that I didn't comply with the rules. So I'm going down there physically today to request a physical interview, so the redetermination papers can be physically reviewed before my eyes with them. They got to make it appear that this request or the appointment is never made. And they got to make it appear that the reason why this appointment cannot be made is happening because of normal appearing reasons. Caseworker's not in today. Caseworker's sick. Caseworker's on vacation. Caseworker's in an appointment. Caseworker's in a conference. Computers are down. Any reason and every reason that they can use, they will. And we're also going to see how long it takes for me to get any answers down there today, keeping me down there for hours. Now, I've been gang-stalked inside of the social services in the same exact way that I've been gang-stalked along all my routes by individuals getting around me repetitively repeating gang-stalk, gang-stalker, gang-stalking, gang-stalk, gang-stalk, gang-stalker, gang-stalking, gang-stalk, gang-stalker, gang-stalking, gang-stalk. Oh my God, we're crazy gang-stalk. Everywhere I go, I have over 700 audio files of that being said around me in that way, continuously and repetitively, everywhere that I went for the last year and a half, including at the social services. And I'm predicting it will be said around me again today. It was just caught yesterday again at the law library and at UCSD the day before. At the law library yesterday. And I predicted it at this area before I left it, that it would be said. That's right. Now, what's the likelihood of that happening if they weren't tracking and stalking me in real time to put this crafted harassment around me to remind me that I'm a victim of the crime by literally getting around me and repeating the name of it continuously and repetitively. And we're going to see if that's picked up on this digital tape recorder today as well. We're going to see if any problems transpire in reference to any of my transportation routes getting to this place, then going to Walmart's once I leave it over at Stonecross Plaza, and including at the Walmart. We're going to see if any problems transpire concerning me, about me, towards me, around me, or against me along all my transportation routes getting to every single place I go to today, which includes my Bank of America account. That's right. Do they engage in identity theft? Is organized stalking expeditions, do they engage in identity theft? Now, I gotta go. I'm in San Diego County, San Diego, California. I showed you a picture of my cell phone at the beginning of this video. This tape recorder is running by date and time as well. So if anything happens concerning me, about me, towards me, around me, or against me today, and if they, well, I don't care what they say. I don't care what they say. What they say and what they do to bring about the fact that I will not be able to walk out of there with an interview, a physical interview date, appointment time and date. They will say it and do it and try to make it appear normal appearing. That it's just a normal protocol, or that it can't happen because of other excuses. And I'm predicting all of it right now. Thank you. Oh, and by the way, these crimes are directly connected to the motivations of human trafficking, insurance fraud, finance co-opting. That's right, and they got to keep the target destitute in order to try and steal the target's physical body to places they can control and maneuver to bring about the next steps that bring them closer to these exploitations. It's why the food stamps are kept away. I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams. I make these video predictions to predict what they might do before they do it, to prove these criminalities are happening to me, that they're being covertly managed, overtly executed, and they try to make it appear everything that's happening to a targeted individual is because of normal appearing means, or normal appearing excuses, and or normal appearing mishaps. And I'm predicting it all right now, and I'm also predicting they're going to try and eventually call me crazy concerning it. Thank you.